Well, this week's census shows that Canberra is growing quickly, and with that, it's putting pressure on our planners to get new suburbs right. In Molonglo, big houses on small blocks are being built, but so far there's little in the way of facilities. So does this sound familiar? Well, some of our viewers on the north side might think so. Jeremy Thompson reports on the next generation's Gungahlin.
Well, it's got all the hallmarks that we haven't learned the lessons from Gungahlin.
Yes, we will see more congestion on roads here in Western Creek and around the city. That's inevitable as the city grows.
Canberra's newest residential centre, Molonglo, is underway. Houses are going up in the first two suburbs of Wright, named after poet Judith Wright, and Coombs, which bears the name of Nugget Coombs, economist and social crusader. Like most new suburbs, the blocks are tiny and the houses are big. But that's not what alarms the people of adjacent Western Creek. Within 5 years, there'll be 15,000 people in Molonglo, and many, if not most, will go to work along the already congested Cotter Road.
There will be an increase in traffic in Cotter Road. The government's anticipated that, and as a result, the government is spending money right now on the duplication of Cotter Road.
That's right, but much of the work is scheduled for several years down the track. Too little, too late, says Tom Anderson.
It should be done now, and so should the widening, the duplication, to have it ready for when these people in Molonglo are there.
Few people in Canberra can forget the fiasco of the Gungahlin Drive extension, the GDE, the scramble to widen an inadequate road, the cost blowout. Never again, vows Simon Corbell. Has the government learnt from the mistakes it made in the GDE?
Well, you always learn from any infrastructure project, and certainly the delivery of the GDE is a project that we always learn from. But the fact is we now have a very high quality piece of infrastructure that is serving our community well.
Eventually, as Molonglo grows to over 50,000 people, its main road, John Gorton Drive, will be extended to join the Glenlock interchange, taking pressure off Cotter Road. But that's the future. There's a more immediate problem that's got the good people of Western Creek up in arms. Parking at their shopping mall, Coolman Court.
It's extremely difficult to park here, both top and bottom are full most of the time. Yet these new houses that are coming into the area, it's going to be almost impossible here.
Do you find that you have to drive around and around sometimes before
I've done a few laps this morning, yeah.
And it's like a cat and dog thing, you know, you see someone coming out and you go racing down there and then they'll come round the corner and you're there and you're indicating, but they'll still steal it. But, you know, it happens.
It's the biggest issue in Western Creek. For all the residents in Western Creek, the number one issue for them is parking at Coolman Court.
But solving the parking problem creates another. Western Creek is a leafy, low-rise type of place, free for now from the ugly multi-storey car parks that afflict the town centres.
Talking about multi-storey, and they're talking about multi-storey buildings that would go up to possibly 6 storeys. And as you look around here, you can see that the highest building we have are 2 storeys. That's it.
I would certainly expect them to be a fairly low structure because the economics of multi-storey car parking structures really would mitigate against something larger than 2 or 3 storeys.
6 storeys or 3, all will be revealed when the Western Creek Master Plan is released for discussion next month. Whatever the plan, pressure will be well and truly on Coolman Court, at least until shops for Molonglo are built. Why aren't shops and schools and things being built now for that area?
Well, the first local shops for the new Molonglo suburbs will start to be developed next year. Obviously, you can't release a new shopping centre site until you've got some market for the operators of those shops.
The locals reckon Western Creek has been short-changed over the years, and the population pressure of Molonglo will only add to their woes.
Well, one of the problems with Western Creek is it's been forgotten by the politicians of both persuasions over the years. Nothing has happened here. We have no library, we have no swimming pool, we have no senior centre.
Maybe that will change in the master plan, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. But what we do know is that the kids of Molonglo won't have a school for a while, so they'll be crowding into an already stretched Duffy Primary, which has had to deal with Western Creek's recent baby boom.
We're at capacity now. Our school needs more space for the students we have now.
Laura Boyer from the Duffy P&C says the government put aside money in the budget, but only for demountable classrooms.
We only knew that the situation was going to be what was in the budget papers. $2.8 million for relocatable buildings to expand Duffy Primary.
And what was the view of the community towards that?
It was a bit of confusion. We didn't necessarily want the school expanded that way, but at the same time, we wanted people to consult with us, we wanted people to talk to us, and that's what they're now doing.
This week, education officials told the P&C the school may benefit from more permanent improvements. The government is hedging its bets on that.
The government's got $2.8 million to increase the number of classrooms at Duffy Primary by about 7, and the Directorate will listen to that feedback from the community and make a decision accordingly.
So, but you're not ruling out demountables?
Well, I'm not the Education Minister, so it's really not for me to do that.
So, a lot of decisions not yet made, but perhaps a lot of opportunities as well. For example, special public transport corridors are planned. But what will they carry?
Everybody wins when there's better public transport, both the people who use it as well as motorists.
Maybe Western Creek needs light rail.
Oh, I'll take that as a comment.
As they say these days, first world problems. Jeremy Thompson with that report.